Brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
A swing and a little looping liner toward left field. Base hit! In to score is Naylor. And the Guardians have scored 4 and take a 6-5 lead.
Well, every time we play a series, we want to win the series. So that was a good step forward for us to win it. When we get the first 3, you want to win the 4th. So it's disappointing today, but by no means should that put a damper on what these guys accomplished.
You know, we might have been 2-10 that first year, but we might have been 0-12 on the eyeball test in pregame warmups. You know, and that included South Dakota. We look different. We move different. We play differently, and that's what a process should be about. And
that's what wins in the game, because if they want to get into an old school throwdown slugfest where it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust, you're playing right in North Dakota State's hands. So I think they need to be super careful tonight against a team that's super physical and plays with a chip on their shoulder.
Certainly been kind of a moving target here in terms of what's the right thing to do, especially when now we're in a time where there is, unlimited transfers. There's not the one-time transfer rule anymore. And so you're trying to kind of figure out what's the right way to try to get this thing under control.
I'm super excited to be here. Obviously, I came here to help us win. That's the focus. And the best part is how hard we've all worked.
See, Patrick Mahomes has ruined it for everyone, for every other quarterback. It's either, if you ain't Patrick, you suck. Just like people who say all the time, wide receivers don't mean anything. Wide receivers don't mean anything. Look at Kansas City. Look what they did with Patrick. I'm like, there ain't another quarterback in the past 20 years who could do what Patrick does.
He swings, ground ball, base hit center field. Here comes Wynn. Here comes the throw. It's a Redbird winner as Wynn scores standing. Light up the night in downtown St. Louis.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome into the Thursday show here. Steve Webster with you. Mike Corson with the flappy earphone. We've got to get those girls quit taking our headphones out of here. Mike Hesher is with us today, and our studio engineer, Mackie Sasser. So great to have him on board here on the program. We've got a good one lined up today. We've had a day off after the Royals played yesterday. We're going to talk Great Bend Panther football. Jamboree tomorrow night here in Great Bend at Memorial Stadium. We'll talk about it with head coach Aaron Beck. He'll be joined by seniors Aiden Davidson and Owen Kaiser. I want to talk to Owen about the difference between a pancake and a flapjack.
Is there a difference?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because if you...
Are you talking about block or the food?
Right. So, I mean, if you go through and you put a guy on his back, that's a pancake block, right? But if you're blocking down and you just take him and you just drive him down into the ground from behind, would that be a flapjack?
It's a hold.
Okay. Again, I'll let you tell him that.
I've seen Aiden Davidson wrestle. I don't know.
Well, yeah, probably, but... Yeah, you can block on the back on the line of scrimmage. And that's what he does. He steps down on a play away. I'm going to ask him about that play. It's pretty effective. And he just... So is that... I would think that'd be a pancake, and the one that you put somebody on their back would be a flapjack.
I've never heard of a flapjack until you just said it.
It's always called a pancake, so I didn't know if it's face down or on the back. I'll ask him. Great Bend Panther volleyball coach Shelly Duvall will be in.
You know what I think? Pancake them on what the dogs did to the field.
Great Bend Panther volleyball coach Shelly Duvall will be in. She'll be joined by seniors Kara Feist and Cassie Elligood.
Yeah,
Jamboree night for the volleyball.
Breaking on that, I think Shelly's prepping for Jamboree, so we'll have the girls in, but no Coach Duvall today. But we'll get Kara Feist and Cassie in.
Remember Mackie? I ring the bell so the cows come in so we can talk about those things before the show starts. Yeah. Instead, Hesh and me just argued. And we'll also talk Barton men's and women's soccer with Coach Raphael Simmons. Men end up getting knocked off by Dodge yesterday, 3-2, and the women had to get a late goal to tie. So we'll talk about that with Raffy on the show today. But sounds the past 24 hours.
That's why I'm feisty, because you rubbed some salt in my wounds by playing this for sounds of the past 24 hours.
My man, Tom Hamilton. Well, we haven't heard him much this year. You should be happy about that. The call on WTAM in Cleveland. Yanensi Noel giving the Guardians a lead with a single to left in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cleveland rallied for a 7-5 win over the Royals yesterday. Man, it was looking good. Royals had a 5-2 lead entering the 7th. Scored 4 times, took their first lead of the game. Bo Naylor homered off starter Michael Wacha. Josh Naylor and Brennan and then Noel had RBI singles against Lucas Ursig, and I think those are the first earned runs he's given up since coming over from Kansas City. It was the 37th comeback win this year for the Guardians, who'd been alone atop the division for 154 days until the Royals pulled into a tie on Tuesday. Kansas City manager Matt Quatrero got to win the series, which they did. That's always weird. You get in there, okay, you've taken the first 3 games. You can gain 4 games on somebody, or if you lose, it's just 2. So the Royals 1 game out of first. 7-game road winning streak snapped last night. But they do have the tiebreaker on Cleveland now. Okay, 4-game series going to Houston, who was awful to begin the year. They were in last place deeply in the AL West.
And the Royals swept them early on, too.
And now the Astros leading the
AL West
by 3.5 games, and they're 9 games above 500. So that's a big series coming up in Houston. And then they return home for 3 more against Cleveland. The big stretch continues.
I read something. Every series at this time of year is a big series if you have a winning record and are in contention. Because no matter what they do in Houston, the big game, the series will be Cleveland and Minnesota. That'll be a big series. Series, correct?
They going this week?
Pardon me?
Or is Cleveland going to Minnesota?
I don't know where they're going this week.
Minnesota be coming back to Cleveland, so I'm pretty sure. Okay, anyway.
Well, 7th inning, real quick, that one. There was a flare. There's a guy on. Isbell takes a step back, pauses a second. It hits the turf. Probably decided the game right there.
That's what I read as well, that his step back cost him.
Was that the flare to right center field?
Yeah, right before that, Melendez had hopped in front of him.
There was that one that was dropped into right center, right?
They didn't hurt Isaac very hard, but they got, hit him where they ain't, said Wee Willie Keeler, correct?
See the guy on the Keebler bag? Or
no,
is that what you're talking
he
about?
was played in the 1890s, I believe.
I got you. So the Royals and Astros tonight will have game 1 for you starting at 6:30. The Kansas Jayhawks open the season tonight. Lance Leipold talking about when he first came there 4 years ago, said they would have been they went 2-10, but they would have been 0-12 if they would have if you just judged who the better team was in warm-ups. But they play better, they look better. They play different. They look different. So they start the 24 season tonight. 30 seniors on this roster, including quarterback Jalen Daniels. So Lance Leipold and the Jayhawks, 48-point favorites, something like that.
I was like, do you just pop up the video of Appalachian State and say, fellas, this was a decent program. If we lose to, was it Lindenwood? If we lose to Lindenwood, we're forfeiting the rest of the season.
Member of the MIAA years ago, correct? Lindenwood?
Just a couple years ago.
Yeah, out of St. Louis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish we got to see it. I think the visuals would be cool up at Children's Mercy in Kansas City.
It's going to be a packed crowd.
So we'll have to watch the highlights because it's on ESPN+.
Yeah, and KU's providing, it'll be like a high school game because they've got like a pep bus coming from Lawrence with all the students.
Might just keep them up there.
They can't drive themselves?
They're offering transportation.
Okay. Well, they're going to KU. They have to have a little bit of cash somewhere, you would think.
Well, imagine that you finally get to go to KU and there's no football stadium. Yeah, I want somebody to pay for my trip.
We're going to Children's Mercy Park to watch football.
By the way, your student fees are going up a little bit.
For the transportation.
Tonight's kickoff for 7 o'clock. You can hear it on Hits 106.9 or try to watch it on ESPN+. I'm going to have to just dive. Remember when the streaming thing was a good thing? You just get, it's great. But now, let's see, chip in. Okay, you're going to get Peacock, and now you're going to get ESPN Plus, and then Cox never looked better.
Might take out a second mortgage so I can watch the football.
And I can't watch the Royals.
I do have that, but I pay dearly for it.
Radio.
6:30. Okay. Greg McElroy. North Dakota State is built to give Colorado trouble. The Buffs. North Dakota State. I am watching, man. I'm ready for that. 7 o'clock on ESPN.
All right, so we do have, yes.
North Dakota State. I think they get the upset tonight.
No, and that's what I was going to say. What if Dion comes out, Prime comes out, and they just floor? Won't that shift the discussion? Just everybody's got doom and gloom on Colorado right now, all negativity.
Well,
Man, what if they just
their skill
come out?
positions are great, but last year their offensive defensive lines were just awful.
North Dakota State's going to be out there, see Ralphie running the field, and he might just tuck and run.
And as Greg McElroy said, they have the proverbial chip on their shoulders.
Okay.
Like Colorado doesn't.
I'm going with CU big tonight. I think Dion has them motivated of all the crap that's gone on the past couple of weeks.
Okay. I smell.
You smell an upset?
Yes.
Do I smell a
Guy will score a touchdown.
So what are you
pull up his
saying?
shirt.
Big. What are you saying? Big.
25, 28, 3 or 4 touchdowns.
I'll jump on that. I got mine. I'll take the points. And
Got 9.5 over here at the dumpster.
Really?
9.5. Okay. When are they going to pave that thing? Because they've said that they were redoing the alleyways and for important arteries, which ours is.
Traffic keeps picking up more and more. So, yeah, eventually.
Okay. Matt Olson, ESPN college football writer, talking about the NCAA Division I Council considering eliminating the 15-day spring transfer window for football as part of a move to decrease the overall number of days from 45 to 30 players can declare their intentions to switch schools. I think this is a logical move.
Makes sense to me, yes.
So they won't do it.
No, they have 30 days to do it. What, is something going to change? Oh, we've only got 15 days.
I do think you have to put some type of responsibility on the kids and let the coaches. I mean, you've heard from several high-end coaches how different the game is now. That would at least get a little bit of control back at the school level, which normally I'd be against.
Yeah, managing your roster is very important. And that hire a general manager, which all these schools are.
But there is something refreshing about a kid who commits to a school and stays there until he leaves legitimately. And so the ones that, they're just bouncing around year to year, there's got to make that a little bit trickier for them.
Went to Lawrence, played in Lawrence in college.
But don't you want to be able to experience different places? Say, hey, I'm going to go to school in California one year.
Play there once a season.
Once a year. Then I'm going to go to the East Coast. I think that would be an opportunity for young people to see the country.
No, and I've always said if you're a marquee player and Nick Saban came to your door, he tells you got a chance to start, knowing full well those 4 guys above you. So when you get there and see that, I got no problem with that kid transferring, but it's everybody now.
You heard Russell Wilson. He got the starting job in Pittsburgh over Justin Fields. It kind of leads into the next one, Louis Riddick. They were talking, Louis Riddick bristling at comments saying that Josh Allen is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL because they're all compared to
Patrick Mahomes.
And I guess you see Justin Fields the same way. Everybody comes in, well, why isn't he doing more? Why isn't he doing more? So is Allen, I think if it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes, he may have a couple Super Bowls right now.
Did you say he was overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
No, wait. No,
yeah. People are always
puts up the numbers.
He choked in the big one. Well, he drove the Bills down twice.
He's the only one competing oftentimes against Kansas City.
He didn't get a
Oh, there's people out there that say Joe Burrow. He's a Trading Post caller. He's a Joe Burrow fan.
Well, he's Jamar Chase going to come back as his wide receiver?
I don't know, but I think I have a bet with him for donuts.
Okay.
For that second game of the year.
Allen last year led the NFL 44 combined touchdown runs and passes. But he also led the NFL with 18 interceptions. You know who my most overrated player in the NFL is? It's easy.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. Thank you very much. And
see, I pay attention.
Hasn't been a call or a good year for St. Louis. Finally had one last night. Avoided being swept by the Padres. Nolan Arenado on KMOX. RBI single to center in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cards beat the Padres by the score of 4-3.
As a Cardinal fan, what's been the problem with the Redbirds?
Well, they stunk last year.
Okay.
In the National League.
Never overlook a Royals fan who has that big series win over the season over the Cardinals.
1985.
Way to go, Mikey.
Oh, did you have to mention that one?
The Ode to Deckaroo, right? Oh, a quick note here. The Chiefs getting an update on second-year wide receiver Rashee Rice's ongoing legal saga. NFL announcing today Rice will not be placed on the commissioner's exempt list to start the year. He will suit up and play until his legal process plays out. Following what Roger Goodell laid out in his initial comments earlier this summer, it's expected that Rice will eventually be suspended, though it looks more likely that punishment will come in the 2025 season and not this year.
The rule is you can go 120 down a public freeway, but you can't go 121. So he met the
he was under the
came in under the line, yeah.
They're still trying to determine who was actually driving the vehicle.
Innocent until proven guilty, I always say.
Conspiracy theorist. The NFL wants the Chiefs to win. Right?
That's why, didn't the Chiefs start off being the Dallas Texans at one time?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, okay, so they've still got immunity down there. So that's good news for the Kansas City Chiefs, who open their season a week from today at home against Baltimore.
And the Hunts are from Texas. There's some people who think the Hunts have some say in Texas law still. So, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
Take whatever's offered. Okay, we're going to talk Great Bend Panther football. Aaron Beck, seniors Aiden Davidson. Owen Kaiser will tell us if it's a pancake or a flapjack. All coming up here on Sports Day.
Extend the life of your equipment with the best warranty program and risk management tool in the agriculture industry. The Cenex Total Protection Plan covers new and used equipment. Receive up to 10 years or 10,000 hours of engine coverage when you use Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster premium diesel fuel and synthetic lubricants. With no deductible, the Cenex Total Protection Plan provides unmatched coverage to give you the power you need to keep your business running like a well-oiled machine.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor, today.
Discover affordable education with Barton Online. Whether you're looking to pick up a class or earn your associate degree, we've got you covered for less than half the cost of a university. We are always enrolling with 5 sessions available this fall, including 16, 8, and 4-week sessions. Get started when it fits your schedule. Tackle your gen eds or the first 2 years of college with a low-cost pathway and save time and money with Barton Online. Visit online.bartoncccc.edu and enroll today.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
It's Panther football time on Sports Day. And now, here's Great Bend football coach Aaron Beck.
Indeed, Aaron Beck in studio today, also joined by seniors Aiden Davidson, Owen Kaiser in with us on the program. Coach, usually I start with you, but this question's been asking because I've been watching the Owen highlight tape from last year. Okay, and you like making pancakes, right, Owen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, okay. But I have seen you drive guys to the turf on their backs, okay? That's what I always envisioned a pancake to be. Okay, that's a pancake block. But there's also the play that you like to do when the action is running away from you, running off left tackle, and you make that step down, and that tackle that's inside of you doesn't get out of your way, and you just come down and just drive him right into the ground on his face, and you're on top. Now, is it a pancake as well, or is it a pancake and would that be a flapjack?
I think it'd be a pancake. It's really the same thing.
I don't know. I like this what you're on. I think the flapjack's a good idea. Face down is a flapjack.
Yeah, that's because I like that. Aiden, what do you think? I mean,
I think it'd be a flapjack.
Okay, all right. So we got flapjacks. That's another sticker maybe you get. I don't know, but yeah, great to have you guys in here today. How's it been, Coach? It's getting closer, aren't we?
Yes, it finally starting to feel like we're getting ready to head into game preparation here with trying to get into the normal Thursday routine with practice and kind of treating this jamboree as a true dress rehearsal for us is an exciting feeling because it's tough. These first 2 weeks are always tough. It starts getting a grind this time because you feel like you're just kind of beating up on each other and you're just ready to see someone else. And These guys have done a great job, and we're ready to see someone in a different colored jersey tomorrow night.
Okay, tell me who's coming to town then. Hoisington, Scott City, and then the other team.
Yes, yep. So Hoisington and Coach Barrett are going to bring their guys over, and then Scott City's coming down as well with Coach Turner. And then this year we're having Salina South is coming.
Okay,
as well.
yeah,
So-
that's right.
So it'll
Okay,
be kind of a fun mixture of some powerhouses at the smaller level schools with Hoisington and Scott City, then also getting a bigger school with Salina South. So.
Do you have South on the roster this year?
No, we don't.
I mean, the schedule. Okay,
Not on
okay.
the schedule. They obviously they're in 5A, so
Right,
you never
okay.
know how it could work down the road with playoffs. But their coach, Coach O, was at Russell last year, so they always came, and then now he took the South job, and he's out. He's also Matt Westerhouse, our AD's son-in-law, so that's the kind of connection with them. And
I was like, it's always interesting how these things always come together and everything. So back before we had jamborees, it was usually like a Saturday morning or Friday night scrimmage, basically, against guys who already knew your plays or vice versa, defense versus offense. So this has been a pretty good thing here for the state.
Yeah, it really has, and I think they do it right. We try to make sure we take care of kids, and we do full contact just because it's good for our running backs, receivers, everybody to get tackled. You haven't done full live to the whistle type of play, so this will be good opportunity for us to do that.
Okay, Aiden, let's talk about your senior year here right now. Locked in on the defensive line. Are you doing anything over on the offensive side this year?
Yeah, I'm playing guard.
Okay.
Right guard, yep.
Okay, so you're in the trenches center. So do you have to go against Owen at all in practice?
Yeah, me and Owen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's good.
Have
He's a big guy, though.
Well, he is. He's like 6'4". What do you go now?
270, 280.
Okay. What are you, Aiden?
I'm like 210 on a good day.
Okay, but
hopefully.
Okay. So have you ever pancaked or flapjacked him?
I probably have.
Okay.
Couple times.
I like it. Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball. As you've been working on all season, of course, there's been excitement about this Great Bend Panther program. For you individually, your goals and what you said on what you wanted to improve on this year.
I want to get first team WAC, and then I just want to win games.
Okay. Owen, what about you?
Also get first team all WAC and win some games.
Okay. Now, is Owen just on offense, or are you going to play him on defensive line?
These guys both. They play a lot.
I was going to say,
we try to rotate in a little bit defensive line, but when it's time, we need these guys on the field. And AD's doing a little bit of bouncing back and forth, playing a little bit of linebacker for us. He's pretty versatile, as a defensive lineman. He can play inside, he can play outside. Like I said, we're toying with him a little bit at linebacker to help with some depth. He was a kid that I think when he was a freshman, even we were just talking as a middle school kid, he was a running back, and he's just bulked up so much. And he came off an ACL injury last year, and we got him. What was that, about week 4 last year? And our offense really changed once we got him on the offensive side of the ball. He probably gets a little embarrassed when I always call him out in meetings because he does such a good job at getting to the second level as an offensive lineman, and that's what we want. He's so quick and strong, and has been such a huge part of our run game and what we did up front last year and what we'll continue to do this year.
What's the keys to getting that second level? I mean, what issues can happen where you don't get there?
I got to have someone to get the guy on me first.
Okay.
And that's what Owen does a good job getting him. Or Carter Brown.
Okay. Talk about the makeup of this year's offensive line. Kind of take me through your mates on that line and how the communication works between center, tackle, guard.
Center, Carter Brown, then Owen. He's the right tackle right next to me, and we do a good job talking to each other.
Okay. Tell me about that play that because it's like a left step and then you crush them. But that's kind of an interesting play that you can block somebody that's inside of you on a play going to the other side of the field. Kind of talk.
Yeah, he gets a lot of 4 eyes,
Okay.
and guys are head up on him, and that's what he's doing. He's almost baiting them a little bit in, and then he uses his size and strength to kind of collapse it down and
Flapjack on the inside. Yeah. Obviously you've been coached since a young age. The backs always, they tell them, keep your legs moving, but that's probably what, you ever get excited when you see like you're passing the umpire 10 yards back in the defensive backfield. Was somebody always on you to keep your legs moving? Because you don't stop. You keep going, and pretty soon that offensive line or the defensive lineman seems like he's way back there. Talk about, was anybody teaching you that when you're at a young age?
Yeah, my dad, Rex Kern did a lot. Just coached me through PKFL. Always just going up. Always drive. Keep your feet under you. Don't lunge.
Yeah, I like that. You do the same thing. Just keep those legs moving. What's your favorite move? I mean, especially when you're rushing the quarterback. You had some sacks a year ago. I know you're going to have a lot more, Aiden, but kind of talk about what your favorite move is when you're trying to get around maybe the tackle or inside if you cut in against a guard.
The rip, and then going, because I'm a lot faster than those guys usually.
Okay, so you made fun of me last year because I brought up the 1 and 3 hole and the 5 hole. Is the rip the same as it used to be? A rip used to be that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so we still got it. Yeah, that's
being able to have violent hands and get skinny through there. He does a great job just because, like you said, he is usually a mismatch in there because he is so quick. And then I know he says he only weighs 210, but he doesn't lift like that in the weight room. He lifts like a guy that's about 310, just strong as can be. He is pound for pound our strongest kid in the program, so that helps a ton with AD.
What's it mean, Aiden? And then, of course, I'll give Aiden the first question unless you want it, Owen. But what do you see your role this year as a senior compared to when you were a junior a year ago?
Being a better leader, helping the sophomores and the freshmen do the right thing.
Okay, so how do you help them do that?
Be on them all the time. Be on them.
Okay,
doing the right thing.
Constructive, friendly criticism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Owen, what about you? I mean, the biggest, one of the biggest guys on the team. You're a senior now. You see your role changed at all?
Yeah, also be a bigger leader, helping them take the right steps on the O-line, learning moves, all that good stuff. Just being a better leader.
Okay. How hard, tell me about that recovery coming back from an ACL. I mean, from the time it first started, your feelings, and then, having to go through the grind and then get back out there. What was that like, Aiden?
It was pretty rough at the beginning, but I felt like I could play a lot earlier.
Yeah,
I really wanted to get cleared, but it was good. It's perfect now, 100% now.
Okay, everybody going good right now. So what do you want to see from this jamboree tomorrow night, Aaron?
Just a clean, try to eliminate mistakes. That's kind of been our motto here this week, is just those little timing issues, whether it's up front with these guys, snap counts, motions, all that kind of stuff that we're finally going to have an opportunity to run it at a full speed against someone else. So just making sure we're locked in on that kind of thing, and then just execution, playing hard, like at all levels, because we're going to get a lot of snaps from our freshman kids, JV, and then obviously these guys, but just seeing kids compete. There's still some spots that we're trying to figure out in our backfield, at linebacker. So there's some good competition, and that'll be a great eval for us coaches. We'll go back in on Saturday morning with these guys and watch the film, and then as coaches break it down and then kind of put that thing to bed. And by Sunday we'll be turning right into game plan for Max. So it's exciting time, and I know the fans are excited to see these guys in action. Their parents and their peers to watch them play, and I know there's always a little rivalry in this thing with Hoisington.
Oh yeah,
you guys just know them so well. They've been around them their whole lives, so it's kind of fun to play them. It may only be for 9 plays on offense and 9 on defense, but it's still a good opportunity to show each other how much hard work they've been putting in.
It's kind of an different look when you go watch a jamboree, kind of take fans through on what they'll see tomorrow night, because there's action on both ends, right?
And we're doing it a little bit different this year with 4 teams and having 3 of the 4 teams can field all 3 teams. So with the varsity guys, there'll be 2 teams on one end, 2 teams on the other, and they'll kind of be doing the same thing: 9 offensive plays. If you score, you reset it. If you get 3 and out, you reset it. That kind of thing. But you get 9 plays, and then it just flips. Defense will, we'll go to defense, and like for the first set, Scott City will do it, and then we'll do that 3 different times. But in between those, will be the JV and freshman / C team groups going at both ends, and they'll do like rotations where one defense is out on the field and an offense goes, the next offense goes, the next offense. So that way you're getting time to coach your younger kids in between plays, but the defense is still getting a little rapid fire. So I think it'll be a good setup for our younger kids and really keep things moving.
Okay, what time's thing getting underway?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. And I believe they're doing the Meet the Panthers where they kind of introduce the other fall sports. So you'll get a chance to hear from the coaches and hear about their teams while the Jamboree's going on. And I know the Booster Club has some stuff going on with tailgate. So it's a fun event.
Yeah, come on out, watch the Panthers and watch the Beavers and the Cougars and the Cardinals, and everybody's going to be there. Aiden, your thoughts right now? He's getting ready. Here we go. It's not quite the real thing, but thoughts on heading into this Jamboree tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm excited, especially to play Hoisington. I know a lot of kids on the team, so it'll be fun to play against them.
Owen, what are you thinking?
Very excited. Same thing. Ready to play Hoisington. Just grew up with a bunch of those kids.
Okay.
Sounds like they need some revenge from the Scott City Beavers. They were telling me back in 7th grade. Things may have not.
Ooh, yeah.
For us. So, yeah, we're going to hopefully get a little revenge on them.
You didn't know those girls worked here now, did you? Guys, thanks for coming in. Aaron, we'll talk to you game week next week. Getting ready for that season open. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us in.
Aiden, thanks. Owen Kaiser with us. Aiden Davidson, okay, with us here on Sports Day. It's brought to you in part by Eller Automotive Repair, a local mechanic that can help, behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, and by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend. Great Bend Panther Volleyball coming up next on Sports Day.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
If you're needing a healthcare plan for your business, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's need. Regardless if you're a large corporation or a small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated can help you provide your employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. Visit freedomclaimse.com where you can schedule a free, no-obligation health assessment today. Freedom Claims Management Incorporated in Great Bend.
Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Corson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at Great Bend High School.
Welcome back to Sports Day, 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. Mike Corson joined today by two Lady Panther volleyball seniors. We've got Cassie Elligood and Kara Feist. How are we doing today, girls?
Really good. Thank you for having us.
Excellent. So tonight we'll promote it up front and at the end so everybody can hear it twice. The Jamboree tonight, what have we got going on?
We'll have Larned, and then we'll have Russell coming out. JV and C team start at 5, and then we'll have varsity at 6:30.
Kara, how do they get in?
Just having to bring drinks for each of the teams.
So if I'm from Larned, my drink will not go to Great Bend, it'll go to my school.
Yep.
Excellent. So yeah, JV and C team at 5 o'clock, varsity starts at 6:30. Let's talk about you guys. Coming off a record-setting season for wins in a season, that was a big group of seniors you guys last year. Kind of the only two returning varsity seniors this year. What's that mean to you guys?
It means a lot. It means a lot getting to come back and kind of keep that going with the momentum of it. We have a lot to do again this season.
Kara, what does it mean in terms of responsibility? Obviously, you can look up to the seniors last year. Probably some people looking up to you guys this year.
Yeah, we need to step up. We need to be big role models for the younger classmen. We have a young lineup this year, but we'll be good.
What are some of the names coming up, or how do you, maybe as senior leaders, kind of gear them up for the varsity season?
Yeah, we have Ava Kaiser. She'll be our libero, and we have a young back row this year. Kimmy Hofflinger is also coming up to play for us, and she'll be our all the way around player as well. And we have Meredith Mazook, so we'll be pretty good. We've been doing well in practice together.
And Cassie, some of those seniors that graduated were 3-4-year girls. Mm-hmm. How does it change the dynamic of the team having so many new kids out there?
Honestly, I don't feel like it'll change us that much. There's only a couple of us that played with them last year, and a lot of the girls coming up played with each other last year, so I think that'll help us out a lot. The only people that really have to adjust is me, Kara, and Kaya coming back.
Kaya who?
Kaya Bear.
Oh, Kaya's coming back. Just kidding. Everybody knows Kaya. One of the names I wanted to bring up, what about Micah Elligood, Cassie?
Oh, my sister. Okay, so she'll come up. Right now she's sitting at the other middle position. She'll be a big block for us this year. Absolutely.
And you've obviously got nice height yourself. You're a high jumper, track athlete.
Yes.
What does Micah bring?
Micah will also high jump this year. She jumps 5 foot. She's a good little high jumper, but she'll come back. She's really vocal on the court. She's a big block. She can move. She's agile. She'll make big plays for us this year.
And you guys, I think, have both competed. Obviously, you were on the state champion 4x4 team as a freshman, Kara. What's it mean for a freshman to be getting key varsity playing time this year for her career?
I really think stepping up and being able to work in those overwhelming situations will really help her in the future.
And we kind of talked in the break room before, replacing so many kids, is there a certain position, blocking, hitting, passing, that's hardest to replace?
I'd say libero. We had a really good libero. Macy Noctigal just graduated, but Ava Kaiser's coming up, and she's going to take that role really well.
Yeah.
And what are some of the things, I think Shelly said you guys went up to the University of Nebraska this summer. How was that?
It was a lot of fun. We love Nebraska. They help our team with things that we need. It's not just everybody does the same thing. It's we send them our film, and we say this is what we want to work on. And we got set with Bergen Riley. They're a really good setter this year, and she's helped us a lot with our passing. Yeah, passing and speeding up our offense.
What are the facilities like up there?
Outstanding.
Devaney.
Yeah, nothing. You never see anything like it.
Do they bring in, are you playing against other squads from other states or anything, or is it just kind of a training session?
Yeah, we have training in the morning and afternoon, and at nights we battle it out.
Talking to Lady Panther volleyball seniors, Kara Feist and Cassie Elligood. New schedule for you guys kind of this year. I think you guys played 2 home games last year. Get 4 on the schedule this year. How exciting to get to kind of cap off your careers with some extra home matches.
It's a lot of fun. We have a really good student section, and Great Bend is just great at filling the gym. The support is great. And having our single court this year, we get to bring our student section to the floor, and it's just so much fun. The energy is crazy.
And we've seen that in basketball. Great Bend's got the kids right on top of the court. Some of the other sports you don't necessarily see that. Are you guys aware in the moment that Great Bend's got a pretty good students and parents section upstairs?
Yeah, it's really fun to have all of those faces that you're familiar with behind you and supporting you each step of the way.
So it does make a difference. Show up and cheer them on. Last year, I kept bugging everybody that came in. You guys had the team bonding party to begin with, and there was something to do with colors. I can't remember now, but any team bonding over this summer?
We did a lot of summer stuff, and then we'll be doing probably pool party next weekend to get to know everybody, but it's just mostly getting in the gym and just getting comfortable with everybody, the bonding.
Yeah, with the young team we had this summer, it's mainly been trying to figure out who will play what position. So,
Kara, we've talked to you this summer because you made an early commitment as a junior to Fort Hays State University to play volleyball. What does that do for your pressure this season, knowing that you're already made a decision?
Definitely weight off my shoulders. It's nice going into each game and just being able to relax and not have to fight my hardest to get all of those highlights in, and to, I get to play for the team and relax and just have fun with it.
There a reason you picked Fort Hays over maybe some others?
Definitely. I love the coaching staff. They really made me feel welcome, and the team, love them, love the atmosphere they give, and came up and played with them this summer with their elite camp, and just being close to home. I don't want to go far away, so.
And Cassie, maybe undecided, but multi-sport athlete. We've seen you at the state track meet a bunch of times. When you get to make a decision or lean in one way or the other?
I'm hoping to make a decision by the end of this volleyball season. I have a couple places in mind, definitely making some more visits, going and practicing with some teams, but right now I'm still not really sure.
How fun is that? I didn't excel at sports or much of anything in high school, so nobody offered to pay for my school. You get to have fun. You get to be with your teammates. You get to travel the state in high school. How neat to have that opportunity to play at the next level, Kara.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. And having just my team, kind of a built-in family, knowing people when I get there already is just going to be really nice.
Okay, I think we've got all of our business out of the way. We haven't had any games, nothing, a whole lot to talk about. Olympics, did you guys watch this summer?
Yes. Yeah. I loved watching gymnastics.
Anything in particular, Cassie?
I like to watch Simone Biles because she just, I don't know, the way she flips, and then I like her story, and then Suni Lee's story that she just went through too.
And once again, as a non-athlete, I watch it purely for entertainment. Sometimes it's inspiring. You're not a gymnast, I don't think.
No.
So
no.
Is it inspiring or is it just fun to watch?
It's fun to watch. I think it's also a little inspiring just hearing, because I feel like every one of those athletes have like kind of been through their own thing. So once you get like on your own social media, you do kind of start to get little bits and pieces of their stories, and getting to hear it is really cool.
Did you watch anything in particular, Kara?
Yeah, I watched track mainly. That's always been my thing to watch, and being able to stand at the TV and screaming to go faster, and it was great to watch.
Do you have a favorite event or athlete?
Probably, I don't know. I love watching them all. I mean, the men's 100 this year was crazy.
Thousandths of a second?
Yeah.
And Cassie is a high jumper. How many times have you been in the state? 3 times? Twice. Do you even care about that level to kind of see what they're up to?
Oh yeah, it's so cool. It's just crazy to see. Like, I don't know. I just can't believe watching it.
And then I asked Shelly the other day too, because as volleyball players, how many guys? You got 7 girls on the court? 6?
6.
Mm-hmm.
The beach volleyball players cover the whole court with 2 girls.
With 2. Yeah. It's crazy. The way they fling themselves at the ball all the time.
And like the different techniques of it too.
Yeah.
Learn anything from that, or is it completely different playing in the sand versus team volleyball?
I think it's pretty different.
Very different. When you're jumping, it's like you can't get as high as you think you would want to. It's just...
We've been talking to Great Bend Lady Panther volleyball seniors Kara Feist and Cassie Elligood. Told you we would remind you, so let's do that. Jamboree tonight, Great Bend High School. The JV and C teams begin at 5 o'clock. Varsity will start at 6:30. Who do we have coming?
Russell and Larned. Come out and support.
Come out and support. Bring a drink for your admission, and you can tell the people at the gate which school you want that to go to, and they will get that into the appropriate buckets. Girls, thanks for joining us. Good luck this season. We'll probably have you back in at some point.
Sounds good. Thank you.
More Sports Day after this.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Marmy Auto Group makes it happen. Central and Western Kansas. Check out our selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Marmy's friendly staff offers top quality service that you've gotten to know over the years. When your existing vehicle needs parts or service, our experienced team will get you back in the game this season. Marmy Chevrolet, GMC, Ford and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, parts, service, and body shop. Visit Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
Hey folks, Dr. Ty at Animal Medical Center. Today we want to talk to you about our philosophy on providing options. Being in a rural community as we are, we want to be able to provide the highest quality of veterinary medicine and surgery, while at the same time being able to service everyone in the community regardless of where they live, what they do, and how much care they are able to provide for their animal. And giving those options allows us to provide you the best quality of care. Large or small, we take care of them all.
Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Welcome back. Sports Day here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Brought to you in part by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend, and also the American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, your certified Cenex lubricant dealer in Great Bend, and Equity Bank. We're right here beside you. Go to equitybank.com to find out more. Time to talk Barton Cougars softball. The head coach of the Barton men and women, Raphael Simmons, joining us right now, fresh from a trip out west. A little windy day out there yesterday, huh?
Great 24 hours.
So let's go ahead and start with the men's game first, and you dropped to 2-1 after a successful. You got 2 wins under your belt.
Yep.
Dodge City, you thought they'd be improved this year, and man, they ended up. And soccer just comes down to so many little plays that can cost you 3-2.
Yeah,
that was a tough one yesterday.
Yeah, I think our guys probably didn't play the best we could. And fair play to Dodge. They wanted a little bit more. They had a couple of things go their way, and I think if we played for another 2 hours, they probably would still beat us. But if we played another 10 times, I think we win 9 out of the 10, It's just on that day, everything that could go bad for us happened. Everything that could go good for them happened. So I don't know if you saw, they scored a goal from like 40 yards out, 50 yards out.
I called it 60, so I would ask you, 60 yards, 50 yards, or 40. Tell me about that play that obviously, well, you didn't say any of those goals was a game winner, but that one certainly was unusual.
Yeah, I think, again, all credit to the player, for the Dodge City player. He received the ball around the midfield line, which 50 yards plus the 10 for the touchdown space. So it was about 60 probably, just a little bit under maybe. Looked up, had a little bit of space, had the wind on his back, and he tried it, and worked out perfectly for him. As the ball's moving up in the air, we're tracking the ball, and I'm looking at my goalkeeper running backwards. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're in trouble right here. So the goalkeeper was a little bit off his line, and like I said, fair play to the player for the Dodge City for noticing that, looking up, and trying it. So
he almost got back there, didn't he? Or just...
Yeah, I think even if he was, because he was running backwards, even if he tried to get something, probably would have been pushed back into the goal anyways. But I think we still, even with that, we had some chances, and we got it back to 1-1, and we had they got it back to 2-1, and then we had a penalty, which we could have tied it up. We missed it, but then eventually we tied it up a little bit later, 2-2, and again, just our own mistakes cost us a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that's a big momentum swing right at the start, right? I mean, that was like 6 minutes in or something like that.
Yeah.
And anyway, 3-2. The Cougars fall, and then the Barton Lady Cougars, you had a tough one there, too. You're able to get a draw. I mean, 2-2, and talk about the late goal, the header that ended up tying the thing up.
Yeah, I think it was maybe 6 or 7 throw-ins, same exact spot in a row, where we threw it in, they headed it out. We threw it in, they headed it out. It was 6, and the girl, she's got a long throw, and you can see her at the end. The last 2, she's like, her arms are dead, and she's... I got to go again, Coach. So we kept trying, and we knew because of the wind a little bit and just dealing with those balls in the air, we had a little bit of success against Dodge City, both on the men's and the women's. So we kept pounding that ball in there and trying, and eventually it came through. It bounced off someone's head, and it kind of floated to our number 22, Adna, and she headed it into the corner. I think she got kicked in the head after it too, but
yeah, there you go.
She scored with about 30 seconds left, so it saved us a little bit.
Okay, men got off to a 2-0 start last week. So just tell me about that trip.
Yeah, we went down to Oklahoma. We played some good competition. We looked pretty good. First game was a little bit tighter, and then second game we kind of exploded, I think. And we might have talked about this last week when I was here. I think offensively we have a really good group. And I know we can score goals. It's about figuring out how to stop the other team from scoring, or we might have some shootouts where it's like it was yesterday, 3-2, or the game before, 9-1. So hopefully we can figure out defensively a little bit.
9 goals is pretty good because you're not playing a JV team or something like that. I mean, it's a decent program that you put up 9 goals about. What was clicking that day?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it was similar to probably Dodge City yesterday, where we scored early. We scored about 5 minutes in, and it kind of you have to kind of rethink a little bit your game plan if you're the team that gives up the goal. We kept on going. We kept on knocking on the door and kept creating chances, and goals just kept on coming. I was a little surprised of that scoreline because the day before, the same team played Coffeyville, and they beat Coffeyville 4-3. And Coffeyville is usually a decent team in our conference. So I thought it was going to be a tighter game. But, again, you can't control everything. Sometimes the game is so open that you get a little bit lucky here and there. Bounces go your way. And if you can finalize and capitalize those chances, you can get away with a big game. So
it's so early in the year. You've got new guys coming in. You're playing together, things like that. So let's talk about, and you don't know how everybody's going to fit together too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the men first. What do you find out about your team?
I think we're still figuring stuff out. I think this first 3 games, one thing that I knew a little bit going into it, but I think it confirmed my thoughts, is that we're very good attacking-wise. We have a lot of pieces, a lot of depth as well. We can rotate players, and the level doesn't change as much. I think we still need to figure out defensively what's going to be our best lineup, our best positions, our best shape, because Dutch City, we rotated a little bit at the end, and some things worked out good, some things didn't. On the girls' side, a little bit of the same too. We started off the first 2 weeks of preseason playing with a different formation and playing with a different lineup. We got to play some scrimmages and figure some stuff out. But yesterday was probably just the second game that we tried a different setup, and things weren't clicking as much. I think we did okay keeping the ball. We just didn't create many chances until probably the last 10 minutes, where it was kind of panic mode. It's like, hey, we got to get the ball forward. We got to try and score some goals, and that's when we started creating some chances.
Okay, you had a player of the week this week. Yeah. And I'm not going to try to say his name because I'll kill it.
Maxence.
Maxence, yeah. 1 year?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I did okay. You helped me with the first one. But tell me about the week he had to earn Men's Player of the Week.
Yeah, in a game that you win 9-1, you probably expect him to have 4 or 5 goals if he's Player of the Week. But he only had the goal and assist, but he actually had a goal in each of our 3 first games. So he scored in every game we played so far. I believe he had an assist in the second game. He's going to be a big player for us this year. Attacking-wise, he finished off the season last year really well. He was on the all-national tournament team to finish up the season. So picked up right where he left off and kept going this year. Hopefully he can continue, but it's still a little bit early. So we'll see how it goes.
How big a difference do you see at the community college level between freshman year and sophomore year, and where does that improvement come from?
Yeah, I think a lot of the things that they do themselves, I think they deserve a lot of credits for what they do in the off season, in the summer, preparing to come, but also mentality-wise, they understand that first year they can learn, they can adapt. Second year is kind of do or die, where they have to have a successful season to try and transfer out. So a lot of the credit goes to them in putting in the effort and the work and that mentality change. But it's difficult for them to be able to put everything together in 2 years, and a lot of them depend on a big transfer too. They want to come in and they want to be successful. They want to gain a scholarship. They want to go to good university. So sometimes, unfortunately, some guys will pick up injuries and stuff like that. But a lot of the time they come in ready physically, mentally, and they're ready to take that step up and mature a little bit.
I'm going to ask you a question. There's different regions of the country with soccer and different coaches that are coaching against one another. Sure. So what's the style? How would you describe it in, say, the Region 6, and is it different from, say, in Florida or some of the other regions?
Yeah, it might change a little bit based on coaching, not necessarily on the regions.
Okay.
I think if you go down to Region 16, which is Missouri, and you play a team from there, we're actually playing one tomorrow, actually, Jefferson. And depending on the coaches, they might play different styles. It's not necessarily what they face up against. What we see a lot of the time is if you play on a football field, like Dodge City does, where it's a little bit more narrow, a little tighter, a lot of the teams will play a little bit more defensively because it makes it hard for you to break them down.
Right.
If you play on a big field, it's a little bit easier. Like the game we played on down in Oklahoma was a big turf field, and we had a lot of space to create chances and attack. So I think the kind of the outside factors change it a little bit, and obviously here in Kansas, there's probably every town that has wind, so you have to kind of adapt to that a little bit. If you go down to Texas, I don't know, it might be hot temperatures, but not as windy, so you have to adapt to the temperatures a little bit. So each coach trying to find their way a little bit based on where they're at, but I think it's preference in coaches. I don't think necessarily in the regions is a little bit different.
What's next?
The boys will play tomorrow, 10 a.m. against Jefferson, team out of Missouri. And then
they're coming here tomorrow.
They're coming to us. Yeah, we're hosting them and Trinidad State, a team out of Colorado. So the boys will play tomorrow morning. Saturday, the girls will host Highland at 1:30. And then Sunday, both teams will play. The boys will play at home here, 10 a.m. again. And then the girls will play at 7 p.m. against Butler, which will be a tough game there. I believe number 11 or 12 in the country. So it'll be a tough game for us on the road.
You get any sun yesterday?
We were surprised. We did water breaks for the first game, obviously very hot. And then the second game, when the sun went down, we still did the water breaks. I'm like, if you guys only do one water break for the first, I don't know why we're doing one for the second. There should be 2 in the first and 1 in the second.
Yeah, well, make sure you wear your sunscreen, man.
Yeah.
You're getting double duty. Raph, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, no problem.
Raphael Simmons, Barton Soccer, talking here on Sports Day. We'll be back to wrap up the show. Sports headlines for a Thursday. Stay with us.
Discover affordable education with Barton Online. Whether you're looking to pick up a class or earn your associate degree, we've got you covered for less than half the cost of a university. We are always enrolling with 5 sessions available this fall, including 16, 8, and 4-week sessions. Get started when it fits your schedule. Tackle your gen eds or the first 2 years of college with the low-cost pathway and save time and money with Barton Online. Visit online.bartoncccc.edu and enroll today.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Amy Herrera, Regional Retail Manager for your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many people navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people. I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you how we're committed to serving you in our communities. At Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back to Sports Day. Steve Webster along with Mike Hesher and our studio engineer Mackie Sasser today. Okay, we talked about the Chiefs. Rashee Rife's ongoing legal saga looks like he's going to be able to get scraped through the year. As the NFL today announced, he will not be placed on the commissioner's exempt list, which probably means suspension's coming, but at least it's not going to be this year. Luis Reese-Zammit. I think the Chiefs' plans were to, okay, we're probably going to have to cut him, but no one else is going to pick him up. And then he'll come back and we'll sign him to the practice squad.
I believe you are correct. And Jacksonville snuck in and took him. Correct?
Yes. He goes to Jacksonville, where he's been listed as a wide receiver after they opted to sign the 23-year-old one. He is an incredible athlete.
He just doesn't know football is what I've been.
No, that's what you talk about football, basketball, IQ.
Yep. He wouldn't have any of it.
No, it's not like he put a. I mean, you could go out and
now he's probably pretty good with rugby IQ, but.
Well, I know, but what if, one of the NFL's top running backs, you go and see how well would they do in rugby?
About like he did at the Chiefs training camp.
Well, darn it. They're not going to get him back.
I know you were fired up on him early on.
Yeah, I was. I think. And let's see, some other. Justin Ross goes back to the practice squad. He's still looking for big things from him. But, Nico Remedio, he's on the practice squad as well. Talk to you